So, Dave, I won't steal any thunder, man, but I appreciate you joining in. And each and every week, my slogan is "I bring the meat." And I think that I've got prime rib, I've got filet mignon, I've got it today, and you're and you're up. So talk to us, man. The floor is yours.
Well, thanks for having me. It's good to see all y'all this morning, man. Today I'm gonna touch a little bit on just how to manifest. I just like speaking life, man. I love speaking life over people, and just to tell you a little bit about myself before I get started. But used to play football at Boise State, and since then started my own PR and marketing business. And from there, I've been featured on CBS, NBC, Good Morning America. I've done some work with NFL athletes. I have my own talk show up in Boise. It's the number one social media talk show in Boise as well too. And we've had top athletes on, top CEOs, top entrepreneurs. And I was just in Las Vegas at the NFL draft. We were interviewing a lot of the first round picks, and we were doing some stuff with Rob Gronkowski and Subway, and he was throwing sandwiches in the crowd. We were like, no. But that's Gronk. That's what he does. So, but today I kind of also want to touch on how to manifest, man, because this all has what I've been doing, and the blessings that have just been coming through me speaking words of life. And manifesting is a huge thing. I know you guys all know that as well. But so before I get started, I want to kind of do some affirmations. So just repeat after me, man, when we get started, man. Just say, I'm blessed. Can we say I'm blessed?
I'm blessed.
Hey, say I'm abundant.
I'm abundant.
I'm blessed. I'm abundant.
Say I'm living in more than enough.
I'm living in more than enough.
I'm living in divine health.
I'm living in divine health.
And also I'm living in abundant overflow.
And I'm living in abundant overflow.
Absolutely. And after these affirmations, when I do a lot of my talks, I'm just going to start speaking some declarations over everybody on this call of just saying that from this day forward, I hope everybody's dreams comes true at their highest level. I'm speaking that will happen to you. I'm speaking that this will be the best year you've had yet in your business, or whatever you're doing, or whatever you're touching, or whatever you're thinking, or whatever your dreams, whatever you're believing for. I'm also speaking that if there's any anxiety or any hindrances or any mindset blocks or hindrances that you're having that you feel is holding you back, that stops today. I'm speaking that you will have a year of clear thinking, great wisdom, awesome abundance, new relationships, great employees, and more abundance coming your way that you can't even fathom. So I'm speaking that over your life. And if you could put in the chat, if you receive those declarations, say, or put in the text, I receive that. All right. Yeah, there we go. I receive. I love it. So to tell you a little bit about me, man, just to start with my story. Everybody has a story. So when I first got out of college, I was speaking at events across the country. I was hosting Miss Idaho, hosting Miss USA, doing governor's balls. I was doing different spokesman and commercials. But a lot of my buddies were telling me, you should put yourself on social media. And I was like, that's not really my thing. I don't want, go figure now. I'm always, with the phone up. But they were saying, you should put yourself out there. And I'm like saying, that's not really me, man. I don't want to do that. My talent's good. But you know what? I was like, maybe you're right. I am doing something that is unique and a God-given ability. Maybe I should put myself out there. So when I started documenting my events and documenting me out here hosting and speaking and connecting, all of a sudden within 3 or 4 months span, CBS came to me saying they want me to do some casting stuff for the show Big Brother. My clips got featured on Good Morning America. It was more speaking engagements coming through that. ESPN. There was a lot of things coming through just me just stepping out there. And I had the revelation of the one thing I was afraid of doing behind that was a lot of blessings, right? And behind that was a lot of breakthroughs that at first I was saying, I don't need to do that. That's not me. But the one thing of me holding me back, I started doing that. And now all these things are happening, right? So that was kind of like an epiphany moment for me of like, whoa, how many people out there are really talented and gifted in what they're doing? It might not just be real estate. It could be coaching. It could be speaking. It could be writing. It could be journaling. And you're feeling hindered because you have gifts and you're saying, oh, I'm good. But the one time you put yourself out there, everybody's going, oh my God, I've never seen this before, right? So everybody on this call has unique and awesome gifts. You should never feel hindered or ashamed to put what you have out there. It's not bragging. It really is putting yourself out there. And that's how I've created my business. My business is really telling brands and people's story. And I've done business with so many different successful CEOs and real estate agents and more where they're successful. But as soon as you start doing videos and content surrounding who they are in their listings and showing their culture and them at their happy hours and them in the office and them speaking, all of a sudden they themselves individually start getting more speaking engagements, more people start reaching out, more people are aware of what they're doing because they put themselves out there. And that's why I always say, if you go to a Kona Grill or Chili's page or whatever, or a Dell Steakhouse page or whatever, you might see pictures of some steak or pictures of potatoes or pictures of asparagus. But what if you have videos showing people tasting the food, or interviewing the employees, or interviewing the chef, or talking to him like, hey, why do you like this food? How long have you been here? It adds a different perspective. And when you have those content, those videos out there, all of a sudden people start saying, you know what? I've always seen that page, but after that video, I'm gonna go check it out, right? And that's what I've seen a lot with my businesses. Through storytelling and through content of that nature, that helps. It helps tell your story and put yourselves out there, right? So what I always say to a lot of people is, are you operating in the shallows or in the deep in your career, right? And you can write that down, and you can ask yourself that every day, are you operating in the shallows and the deep? And the shallows is basically 1 to 2 feet of water, man, is really complacent. Hey, I'm good, life's good, making solid money, clients are fine, I'm good here, right? But as you get into 10, 11, 13, 14 feet deep of water, that's where really the true bigger blessings are. And I've had some miraculous blessings happen in my life because I'm out in the deep, right? And, like I always say, I say tomorrow I could be doing work with, I don't know, Jay-Z. But that's just the way I think. My mind's out there, right? Tomorrow I could be in a meeting with Elon Musk. Now that might seem far out to somebody, but not to me and not to anybody who should be thinking in the deep, right? So what I am saying is, don't go from 1 feet and jump into 10 feet. Yeah, you'll probably drown. That's not probably smart. You probably should go incrementally. But what I am saying is, whatever gift you do have, whatever talent you do have, each day go from 1 to 2 feet, 3 to 4 feet, 5 to 6 feet. And Ben will tell you this, as former athletes, when you're working out, you can work out for 30 minutes or 40 minutes. 45 minutes might be my limit where I get tired. But what happens when that one day you go past 45 minutes, you're working out an hour and a half, you all of a sudden find, oh my God, not only could I go more than I thought, but I have found a newfound wisdom and revelation that I can go longer. I have better endurance. I'm stronger than I think. But the thing is, you would have never figured that out if you wouldn't have put yourself out there and gone past your limit. Okay. And that's what I'm saying today. There's a lot of people who you don't really know what the blessings are out there for you until you actually put yourself out there and continue to walk in that, and it'll be revealed to you. And I always bring up that revelation because there's a lot of great football players and great athletes, but they never know how good they are until they push themselves past their limits, right? So on to my next point is that whenever you are wanting to start putting yourself out there, telling your story more, showing who you are and your gifts are, you're going to run into opposition. And, things that, I always make the joke, hey, the goal for me, hey, I'm the Black Ryan Seacrest, right? That's what I'm going to be. That's what I say. But, as I keep speaking these things start happening and coming to me as I'm manifesting this. And this whole thing is really on manifesting. And I'm talking about the reason I want to have this message today is because when you are manifesting, you will be speaking things and doing things that you're supposed to do. And all of a sudden you start feeling these opposing forces trying to hold you back. All of a sudden you thought I had a good idea, but now you're having doubt. You had a good revelation, but now something's telling you, well, can you do it? It has been 10 years. It has been 15 years. And that is opposing forces trying to stop you. And that's how you are going in the right direction, because the enemy is trying to hold you back. And you have to know that manifesting is not what you say. It's what you keep saying. It's what you continually say every day, no matter what the circumstances are, no matter how much money is in the account, no matter what business didn't go through, no matter what somebody said, you have to keep saying through manifesting, this will happen to me. This will happen to me. Well, I don't care what that says. And I keep going back to sports, but do you think Tom Brady is thinking that in the fourth quarter, if he's down 2 touchdowns, thinking this is it? No, he's been conditioned in his mind to keep saying, no, we're getting through this. There's going to be a way to win. I don't know how, I don't know what the way is, but we are going to find a way. And the greatest people, what I've noticed is I've been in circles with governors of states, top athletes and more. There's no difference between them and anybody on this call. There's no difference between them. The only difference is they think large. They think large. They feel that they're large. They know that they're going to be somebody. They know that they are somebody. And with that thinking, no matter what circumstance it is, they just keep speaking, no, I'm gonna be a billionaire. You know, and people will be like, what are you talking about, man? You're nuts. You know, Kanye, what are you talking about, man? Well, I'm a billionaire, you know, and that's the difference. There's no difference. I've noticed that a lot. Some people might say, man, I look up to Tony Robbins and those guys are incredible people. I've done work with a lot of Tony Robbins partners as well too. But the only difference between them and you is they just think it. They just actually believe it, right? And they actually not just believe it, but they keep believing it. They keep saying it. They keep saying it. And that's why these calls are so important, because we can speak life to each other and build people up. How many agree when you're on this walk of manifestation, you got to be around other people who are thinking this way too? Can I get a raise of hand with that? Can we agree with that? Yeah, because if you're not, I tell my girlfriend this, I tell a lot of people this, I can't be around negativity, right? I'm not in denial that negative things happen, but I am saying that when I'm in the process of that, I got to be around people who believe with me too, right? And the thing is, when you're about to get prepared for a super, I keep going back to sports illustrations here, so bear with me. But
what's wrong with that?
Yeah, when when you're preparing for the Super Bowl, or you're preparing for a big game, and you're going in and playing, it's Texas OU week, or if it's Alabama LSU week, nobody on that team should be thinking, I don't know if we're going to win, right? Everybody in that locker room pretty much is thinking or saying, no, we're going to come out here, we're going to kick some ass. You know what I'm saying? That's how everybody's mentality is. So if you were going to battle or war, manifesting some big things, I know everybody on this call is trying to manifest some big things, some big deals, big money, whatever it is, you need to be in that mindset with other people around you saying and thinking the exact same thing, right? And which gets me to my next point is, if you are having doubt, check your receipts of faith. You can write that down. Check your receipts of faith. Check your receipts of manifestation. And what that means is, you need to, if you have been manifesting and you have been in faith, faith is the evidence of things not seen, which means you should have a past or some type of track record of miracles and God coming through before, so you can look back on that and say, I'm in a pickle right now, but off of me looking at these receipts, I know that I'm going to make it through this, right? And that's why I'm going to ask you guys this. Is like, you know, would you trust yourself with hundreds of millions of dollars or the goals that you want? And if you can't say yes, that is true, because when you know your receipts, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, all these guys, that's why their coaches have so much trust in them, because why? They have a receipt and track record of coming through, right? And sometimes some people on this call might do that for their employees, like, hey, you know, I know this employee is good, I know he's going to come through, but you need to start checking receipts and your track record and evidence on your own self, because I know us individually are trying to manifest some things. So if you start checking your own receipts, man, that will help you in a way of saying breaking through. I think a couple months back, I was really, I have a friend of mine, he's a business partner of mine too. He does the same thing I do. He's doing some work with Disney right now and Lion King, and we're in the same industry. Now, he's my friend and I love and I support what he's doing, but I'm a competitor too. So when he landed that deal, I was like, praise God. But I feel like I can do that too, but one thing, I didn't get negative because I'm happy for him. He's my brother. But number two, I kept saying that I know that what God has for me, if he's blessing somebody right there, then he's in the neighborhood. Then I'm next, right? I'm next up. I'm about to get and guess what? A week later on Easter Sunday, as I kept saying that, a week later, I get a call to say, can you come to Vegas? We're doing stuff at Subway, Gronkowski, NFL first round draft, all that. That all came in a day. But that came from me continuing to say and believe that, hey, I'm happy for him, but what's for me is still here. I get intense with this, but you got to get intense, because there's nothing submissive about manifesting. There's nothing submissive about taking it. Now, somebody told me, I spoke at a talk a couple of weeks ago. They said, so David, you're saying follow your instinct. What if your instinct is corrupt? I go, whoa, okay. So, to touch on that, I'm not saying, you step on everybody and push. No, I'm telling you, still work in integrity. You still trust God. You still treat people right. But what I am saying is, there's nothing nice or submissive about you trying to take and trying to basically manifest what you know is yours, right? So that's why when I talk like this, I get amped up, I get excited. And that gets me to my next point is basically, how serious are you about achieving your goals? You know, I think a lot of us might say we want to achieve the goal, but how serious are you about achieving becoming a billionaire or a multi-millionaire or having the best business in the country? I think the more serious you are, the more you keep saying it, the more you keep speaking. I don't care what happens. It's like, if that happened today, well, a bigger miracles happen tomorrow, right? That's just that mindset you have to have. And I'm not just talking like I got this figured out. I'm talking to myself too. This stuff helps me continue to think that way as well too. And that's why I kind of just want to say some testimonies here, because when you're speaking manifestation, there's always going to be testimonies here. And for example, my friend of mine who was doing some stuff for Disney, we talk every day about manifestation, what God's doing, right? So we kept saying last year that we said, we believe with our businesses that we will be walking into a lane and increase that we're going to have private jets. Now, look, not private to show off, not private to say, oh, look what I'm doing. We're saying with the schedule and what we're doing with traveling, where God's taking us, we believe private jets can come. That's what we just believe. Can I tell you this? We say it's coming this year. Now, people might say you're nuts, but we said it's coming this year, right? That's what we kept saying. It's coming this year. 2 weeks ago, my friend became a spokesman of a company. It's the guy who owns all the buildings of the company. He's a multi-billionaire. And the billionaire came to my friend and said, look, I know what you're doing with the company. I know you need these resources, but let me tell you this. Whenever you need certain deals or whatever, or you need to get certain places, I have the keys in my jet. You let me know when you need it. It's yours. Now, let me tell you this. That came through a transfer of no cost, no trying to manipulate. That just came off pure will and manifestation and trust and faith in God, man. I'm telling you, just continue to speak and believe. And when he said that, we're on the screen, we're on the screen yelling, on the phone going, come on, hallelujah, thank you, speaking in tongues, but what I'm saying is this stuff is real, man, and it really is. So when he told me that, I said, hallelujah. So I'm going to tell you another illustration. I've always said, I said, with our media entertainment, we're working from the top down, which means if I start working with artists or if I start working with anybody in media, whatever, I'm starting at Beyonce. I'm not working my way up. I'm starting with her. That's my anointing. That's what I think, right? Hey guys, I'm at the draft. I'm interviewing a couple guys. Guess what? 4 of the guys I interview go first round. That's top down to me. Hey man, that's top down to me. They went first round. Hallelujah. Right? Because this stuff is real, man. I'm hyped up today. I got my suit on up top and my sweats on, but it's okay. But what I want to add to that is that you need to always put out words of victory over your life, man, and over your kids and over your business and over your finances, and keep saying it. I'm not, like I said, man, I'm not sitting here saying that setbacks don't happen. I'm not in denial with those. What I am saying is that you can get through them by being somebody who operates in a dominical power over them, right? I've been supernaturally healed. My girlfriend's been supernaturally healed when a sickness or disease attacks our body, but we are at a level of saying, no, I don't receive that. And it happens in every aspect of your life. And what I'm bringing up is that speak words of life. My mom gave me an example the other day, talking about how a friend of hers was always saying that, all my son's accident prone, all my son's accident prone, my son's accident prone, my son's accident prone. And all of a sudden her son ended up getting in a car accident. He's okay. Okay. But her son ended up getting in a car accident. And what I'm getting at, people, is that you need to be careful what you're speaking over your life, over your kids, over your finances, over everything. Because it's the same thing with faith, man. Fear is the same thing. When you keep speaking negative, you're going to manifest it. Right. So that's why always be, and I know we hear this every day, speak positive, think positive, but I'm being for real. This is a way of life, because if you continue to get in that way of life of I'm speaking life, I'm not in denial, but you know what, this maybe came up, but we're going to get through it. We're going to be in good health. We're going to be in that. When you continue to say that, you walk and you manifest that, right? And that's why I always say, there's a lot of us, my girlfriend's reading a book right now. She's in multi-level marketing. She has a team of 500 girls. She's always in leadership coaching and stuff. And she says, she's reading a book that says a lot of humans think when great things happen to us, we're waiting for something bad to happen. That's just our psyche. You see a lot of actors and entertainers, when they get a lot of success, all of a sudden a scandal happens or whatever. And we need to start speaking to ourselves saying, when good things happen to me, it's going to be countered with more good. It's going to be countered with more blessing. It's going to be countered with more abundance, right? And I think we need to flip that narrative, because you get into good momentum, and man, deals are closing and people are hitting and all that. And all of a sudden you start saying, well, can't last forever. Why not? Why not? No, don't say that. Now you're trying to literally plant and say and put in motion your demise. No, I'm not doing that. No. And see, on something like that, I don't cuss like that, but I can say hell no. That's not happening to me. So what I do want to say is that to end it, to close it out, because I need to stop because I will be in here speaking for an hour, Ben. So I'm gonna stop. But when I do want to close with, before I start this entrepreneur career, what I do with a lot of agents and companies and stuff is when they just want to bring their brand to life and bring and refresh who they are, they come to me with my team. We get some content around them, and they take things to the next level, man. And I enjoy seeing that because they walk into their true self. They get TEDx talks out of these things. They can put ads behind them. A lot of people say we're going to do Google ads. I'm like, well, off of what content? Because you can do Google ads all day, but is there any content of you that you're pushing ads behind? Is there any content of who your story is and how you are? Then we can put ads behind. So you have to tell the story properly and correctly. And this is a great talk on manifestation. And I'm going to end it with this. My whole entrepreneur career started off of a testimony here, because when I was speaking and hosting and doing these things, about 4 years ago, I was getting low on finances. I didn't know which next way to go. I was going, what should I do? And So, I prayed. I ended up getting a job, at a tire and wheel company. I was a salesman, and I'm thinking, I'm the Black Ryan Seacrest. What am I doing working at this tire and wheel company? This doesn't make any sense, whatever. And so I'm working there, guys, and I'm like, I'm only there 2 or 3 months, and I'm there. I'm like, what's going on? I'm praying to God. I'm talking about, but there was a lot of favor there. Something in me kept saying, hey, stay. You're going to be okay. You're coming out. So I kept speaking. I'm coming out. I don't know what the plan is. So I was there 2 months. Then they tell me, the CEO goes, David, you're not picking up the training. Of course I'm not picking up the training. It's tires and wheels. What do I know about that, right? But they go, you're not picking up the training. You got to stay another 90 days. I go, oh my God. So I'm calling my girlfriend. I'm crying. My mom, my dreams are over. My entrepreneur dreams are over. I got to go to Indiana to do this and all this stuff. But you know what? I was praying and I kept hearing that you're good. This is a blessing. There's grace here. They were nice to me. I kept speaking. I'm still going to be walking in my dreams. I'm still going to be in a place where I know I want to be, because I don't know, this might be a pit stop, but I'm still moving, right? Long story short, I submitted. I said, God, you know what? If you want me to be a tire salesman right now, I'm going to be the best tire and wheel salesman in the country. I'm going to take over this region. I'm going to take over this state. I'm going to take over this whole Northwest, and you're going to see that I'm going to dominate. So I moved on. 2 weeks later, I've only been at the company 3 months. 2 weeks later, the CEO comes to me and says, David, look, one thing led to another, but we're going to have to let you go. But since we liked you so much, since we thought you were a great person, we're going to give you a $30,000 severance. You can be on your way, 6 months severance. You can be on your way and get back to your business, and you can, be off to the races. I took that, invested it properly, and now I'm here today. Subway, NFL, all these things. But let me tell you this, what if I would have missed that? What if I would have spoke my way out of it and said, I don't know, and I would have missed a divine financial overflowing blessing that should have really helped me catapult what I'm doing now, right? So the epitome of the message today, man, is one, stay around yourself with good people who are talking this way too. 2, speak words of life. Jesus, please speak words of life, over your kids, over your finances. 3, keep saying it, keep speaking it. Every day random things happen to me in a great blessed way because I'm just operating that way. You think I'm lying here. I got the word is right next to me I got the Bible open right here, man. So the thing is that it's always a manifestation. It's always praying. It's always meditating. So I would love to, if you guys have any questions on, I get hyped up. I'm sweating. Whew.
Yeah, you are, my brother. And I appreciate that. I can tell you that that's all manifested by your mother, your father, who again, tell the audience very, very quickly how we know each other. How about that?
Man, just cousins, man. We used to see him at the family reunions and then on social media, I was like, I'm older now. I'm surprised you even recognize me, when I got a little older, but yeah, man, it's been forever.
Yeah, well, again, I know, in the South, we say, man, we know your people, right? we know you from you good people. And again, that's what you spoke to. You talked about surrounding yourself with good people. And again, I love the Black Ryan Seacrest, and absolutely, man, you are kick and tail. I'm so honored to have you. And again, I'll recap it this way and say, guys, do not miss the message here. Check the receipts, right? Move from the shallow to the deep. And I'll tell you, the law of left field, which is, you've already spoke to that. You know what? You keep manifesting and manifesting over here. And then all of a sudden, boom,
Boom.
right over here, a blessing you didn't even see hits you because of your trust and because you're laser focused on what's important to you. So again, don't lose that message. And Dave, you brought the meat. Every week I bring the meat, right? So thank you. This was powerful. And guys, I hope you got something from it. And Dave, I know your schedule is busy, but every Tuesday at 10:30, you get a chance, man, you chime on, because over the next 2 weeks, again, I've got something very unique. Not all real estate people. And again, for me, that's my goal here. I want us to all learn from each other because, again, we're better together in community, right? So make sure you chime in next week. Ken Folk, you good? You got anything? One last word? You good?
No, man, that was good. That's all I got.
You brought more than enough, right? There's an abundance. Here, and I love you. I appreciate you, guys. I'll see you next week. And you know what? Let's go serve someone, and more importantly, let's go take a listing. How about that?
Yeah, let's win, baby.
Let's win.
How can we get more of him?
Hey, Ken Folk, if
Yeah,
they
you
want
can.
more,
If you, I'm on Instagram. My Instagram is at DMAC_1. It's at DMAC_1. That's my Instagram. I'm on Facebook as well too, David McKinzie III. So a lot of that stuff, man, you guys see all the stuff we're doing, man, projects, media things, shoots, listing walkthroughs, all of that, man. So if you guys follow me on that, I'm always wants to like messaging. I'll be speaking a lot on there too. So I like speaking words of life, man. So if you message,
Christina, can you put that down on the thing?
absolutely.
yes, I will. I can type that
Yeah, thank you.
right there.
Follow him. He's all over. And again, I've learned something from him. Again, like we all learn from each other. So again, we love you. We appreciate you. And we will see you guys again next week.
Awesome.
We will.
God bless you guys.
Thanks, Dave.
Thank you.